Hey guys, we're going to look at a learning target today. And that learning target is that you as a student are going to be able to analyze the ways that democratic ideals inspired social and or political change throughout U.S. history by listing 3 examples in a graphic organizer and then writing a 2-paragraph essay. So there's a few things that you need to know as the student before you're really able to complete this assignment. You need to know what it means to analyze. You need to have a clear idea of what democratic ideals means, what social and political change mean, and then you're going to need to be provided with some tools that you need. A graphic organizer to list your examples, and then you're going to have the opportunity to write. And in order to write, you need to be able to utilize the knowledge that you have of the content, so kind of the details that you need, as well as show me or display your understanding of and your ability to use the academic language that goes along with the content. In other words, these terms that I'm using, analyze, democratic ideals, social and political change, you're going to use those in your writing and kind of show off, if you will, your ability to use those. First, what it means to analyze, sort of the textbook definition of that is a careful study of something to learn about its parts, what they do, how they relate to each other, and it's an explanation of the nature and the meaning of something. So when we analyze, we take into account what we've read, what we've seen, what we've heard, what we've observed, and we look at the details. We think about the idea, the subject, or the thing that we're analyzing, so we can understand it, explain it, interpret it. In other words, we can make sense of what it is and what it means. Democratic ideals, that's one of our academic terms here, our academic language. Well, what does that mean? Well, what that means is an ideal is a standard of perfection or excellence, or the ultimate object or goal of an effort. So if you're trying to do something, the ultimate goal, the ultimate standard of excellence, or what you would consider to be winning, to be considered good, that's your ideal, especially when it has something to do with high character or high ambition, like an effort. So an ideal is that standard of excellence, that standard of perfection. Democratic, that simply refers to something that deals with democracy, the form of government that we have learned about, that our country is based on. So then a democratic ideal is either personal qualities or standards of government behavior that are felt to be essential to the continuation of democracy. It's essential to democracy functioning. So what are those standards of excellence, of perfection that are needed for our democracy? Social political change, that's another one of those academic terms you need to be familiar with. We're talking about a change or a shift in the way that society is structured. That would be a social change, or a change in the policies or the laws that a government puts in place, and that would be a political change. Often these two, social and political changes, happen at the same time, and often it's because of one another. A social change might influence or lead to a political change, or the other way around. So those are the academic terms you need to know. How to do this assignment, you're going to keep the definitions that you just heard. You're going to use this academic language. You're going to list those 3 ways that democratic ideals have led to social political change. And then you're going to write a 2-paragraph essay explaining how each example is a social or political change that was inspired by a democratic ideal. Good luck.